What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you a God, I don't even know what to call this series, but it's kind of like taking out a Town Hall 10, but really it's more of the journey. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to call this series, but you'll find out. I'm sure you guys will find out by the time you click on this. It'll be titled accordingly. But the purpose of this video and the series is for me to document my journey on learning the Max Town Hall 10 game. So here I am with my Max Town Hall 10 or near Max 3740 Onehive's Brute, and I am sitting here at Onehive Prime, who recently did a potluck, and they spun against, holy crap, I don't know if I can pronounce that, Ikuset? Okay, so that clan, level 12, it was a good war. We came away with the victory 79-72, and let's just go ahead and cut down right to the chase. So let's first start with my first attempt. And really, the Town Hall 10 game is lit. So trying to get a 3-star fresh on this base, and I'm going to do a Shattered Bolalo here, where my goal is to get two air defenses and one of the two infernal towers with both sweepers and the queen and CC on the push. So I decide to bring 6 wizards for the funnel, double stacking them on storages, high hit point storages, being really patient for the jump because I don't want my golems to reroute inward and then my wizards get picked off, and I'm running out of time with this, so I drop my bowlers. And unfortunately, doing what bowlers do, rather than aggroing the wizard tower, they go around the base. So the thought process was, with the bowlers in the core, they would rage and they would push out. They would get the town hall as well as the sweeper, and then when they step up to the bow, they'd get the bow as well as the altar, and that would basically then push my queen to one of the corners because the both infernal towers are accessible from within the core. However, it fizzles out here because my bowlers went around the outside, and that 30 troop space decision I did not get a return on investment from. So I bust my ability here, and it doesn't get the infernal tower down. The other thing I decide that I messed up on here, and some lessons that I've learned so far, is I didn't go quite heavy enough on this first loon deployment. I brought 2 hounds, and you can see that I did suspect a Tesla farm to be there, and that's why as soon as the infernal tower would go down, then they would be healed back up, and I'd have a wad of healthy loons coming over to this air defense right here. Ideally, I have another haste in the bag. This last one, as you can see, it's dropped on this bottom air defense right here, and I wanted to overwhelm or swarm this infernal tower, and it just didn't bring it. The Lalo portion just didn't go according to plan because my DPS in the core that I planned to be there wasn't there. So my first lesson is, bowlers that I've learned is the bowlers are awesome. Really, 5 bowlers under rage can really help out a kill squad when you're trying to get a push to get 2 air defenses and get to that queen. And you're going to see that a little bit in some of the other replays that we have to show. So we'll bounce out of here, and then we'll show the adjustments made on the second attempt. And I believe that was, actually it doesn't even matter. We'll just show my man TD69 for the sake of time. He's going to do, this is the 3rd attempt, and this was actually the, I believe it was My Name Is Not Rick. He got a 94%, and basically it's an identical army. It's an identical army is what they did. He just did it a bit faster than how My Name Is Not Rick was. So building upon the, actually what happened was My Name Is Not Rick, his golem hit this wall, and the golem did not reroute inward, as Tref Daddy's Town Hall 10 here is going to. So a little bit, I think it's the same amount of wizards. No bowlers. That's the change. No bowlers, and instead of that 30 troop space, excuse me, he brought 3 hounds. So you can see right here, and that's one of the lessons here that I'm starting to understand, that when you get to the value of having 40-40 is that BK is so tanky. Not to mention, he is so powerful when you use that Iron Fist ability. that you can get a lot more than probably what you might be expecting, especially with the rage down there. As you can see right here, that golem is already splitting the golemites, taking up some streams, and is going to get, once this ability is popped, after the BK goes down, because one single stream on an Infernal Tower doesn't, it like tickles the queen. But once he pops that ability, it'll move over, get the BK out of the way, and then get the Infernal Tower. So now, same objective completed, except an Infernal Tower is the extra thing that's got down, plus he's got an extra Hound. So look at how he really goes heavy on that first Loon deployment, and haste them on in there. Instead of a heal, he brings a freeze for the back end. And that's also something that I wanted to talk through about what I'm learning about it, watching the raids from Onehive, as well as practicing now myself with something that's comparative with the Town Hall 10 and a Max Army and Royals or dang near. But it's a good question of when you should use a haste or when you should use, a freeze or a heal. And in this aspect, because that Infernal Tower went down, you needed a freeze for the back end. I did not, for some reason, didn't quite think of that. And then, unfortunately, this air defense was lonely in the back here. He's going to swarm that and basically bring it down anyway. He's got a wizard on the back end for the cleanup. That's another decision that you want to make if you want to bring some goblins or some wizards or something like that. And it all depends on the base. And we're going to show another example of where goblins and minions might also be a better choice for cleanup as well. So we'll bounce out of here and take a look at the first attempt. I believe it was Suzy Q's. Just a moment. I think it was... Where is it at? Hell on Heels. Building upon Hell on Heels' plan. Shattered entry. Gets the attention of this air defense. I believe she's trying to get these two air defenses and the Infernal Tower, and then is going to come from behind the sweepers the entire way by starting the Lalo over here. And then you'll see what happens. So the funnel is created. As soon as this storage goes down, that camp goes down on the left. We'll zoom in here. Already breaking in the golemites, but this archer tower aggroes some of the bowlers away, and they don't take the jump. So we lost some of that bounce rage bowler action in the middle here. And 32 BK wasn't quite enough of a push that was looking for, but this also was fresh, So didn't know if there was troll Teslas around. There was a troll one right here. There's another troll one on the far left that you're going to see. But what information we got from here is there's no troll Teslas on the corners, just on the outside of the base, but around the edge of the walls. There's no Black Sams being trapped on this air defense, and that's important for the cleanup. Good freeze to zoom over, but watch the air mines on the far left. This air defense should have been down, but it's not. But this tells you that all the Larrys are in the back end over here. But there's one Black Sam by the Infernal Towers, so you can kind of suspect, it's that you're going to have some more Black Sams, probably on that entry where that giant bomb was on the kill squad push. So, good try on this, but it showed really promise to me. It showed like a great entry that I wanted to build upon. So we'll bounce out of here, and you'll see how I made the adjustments in order to pull that down. So what I really wanted to do was the bowler funnel is so awesome, using the bounce for it. And I know you guys don't like pausing, but I have to show it. In fact, before we even show it, can I still click on it? Is being paused? Fantastic. So there's a Tesla right in between here. What I consider is how I don't want one golem to break over the other one. I want them both about the same time, because when the golem breaks, the defense that's targeted will retarget. And if there's a wizard tower or something like that, it'll retarget that wizard, and it could ruin your funnel. So by sending a golem to hit this wall first, I can get the attention of these two, and then that'll allow me the ability, because it's just outside of the range of this this camp. It'll bring down the camp and another wizard right here, and then I got a nice little funnel up to this line. And then if my bowlers with their bounce take away this archer tower, as long as I put the jump in this T section, they will take the jump. And that was one change that I made. Instead of making the jump only on this archer tower, I put it on this T because I figured if with raged bowlers in the core standing right about here, the push of the bowlers will get this, and then the kill squad would head towards the right and get this air defense, but in a leaning fashion, kind of like a 45-degree angle starting from this camp, going up to this wizard, going up to this air defense to the infernal tower. And I aggro the queen before I aggro the CC, and all things that I consider that I'm not going to pull out the CC until I put down the jump. The decision not to get the attention of this archer tower was done on purpose so that I could use a baby dragon to take away this camp. And then I got this big dead space. And then I could put another wizard just to make sure that it's overstated of a funnel. And then the funnel part is sending all 5 bowlers right here at this trash, which then will bounce onto this. And then it'll create a double wide dead space. And with the camp being out of the way, I'm confident that my bowlers will start hanging to the left. And you can see how that's done right here. I do decide to only bring 2 hounds, but that's because I know that with these 2 air defenses being down, at least that's what I'm aiming for, I know that you'll see it right here, I know that I can swarm the last few defenses with the haste. There's that bowler bounce. Nice wide funnel. They'll step up. There's the jump. Everybody reroutes. This cannon is actually still in line with that Tesla, so I knew my wizards would get a nice wide funnel there. Rage down early because I want everybody to be standing in rage as long as possible. And I avoid the giant bomb section right here until they get what they need to. And once that I see that I'm going to get what I want, rather than waiting because time and cleanup is impeccable with this stuff, I start my Lalo, predetermined hastes. But my queen decides to shoot the wall, and rather than taking the jump and going to the right and getting the air defense, she does it. Anyway, so I pop the ability because I'm not watching her, I just see that she's low on health. But right here, so hasting through this, once I get through here, I'm going to heal up my loons. So the heal is almost as if I have another hound. I know it's not the same thing, but I have so many loons left over that are fully healthy coming into 1 point defense. In the sense it is, 1 defense. The only real issue that I was really having a TBHM or a type battle moment was the wizard tower. I had a lot of loons coming into a wizard tower. And I was like, oh no! But rather than watching that, there's nothing that I can do about it. I'm busy feverishly deciding to already put down my cleanup troops on the back end. And there was so many elixir collectors and gold mines and things like that on the outside ring. Rather than bringing 1 minion, I saw the need and necessity to drop just 1 minion for 2 max goblins. And they did so much work as far as time. Once the queen breaks through here, splash damage really isn't going to do anything on this queen, and I knew at this point that I had it in the bag, and I believe I had just about, I don't know how much time I had left, but it was close. So deciding to start that Lalo early and not watching my queen was crucial for that 3. So hopefully those talking points were helpful for you. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double, and I will check you next time.